Hello, it's Helene of Helene in Between, and I am vlogging today. A week ago, I asked you guys to ask me some questions and then I would answer them. And I've actually done this before and I never actually vlogged, so today I'm actually doing it. I'm excited about it. And here are some of the questions. Just want to let you know there's multiple pages here, so I will try to answer them as quickly as I can. I did write them down, but other than that, I have really no recollection of what was asked of me, so I'm going to kind of shoot from the hip. And I know I have like a light on my head, but if I turned off the light, you pretty much couldn't see me, so sorry. So here we go. I'm just going to start so that this won't be so long. Which celebs do you fancy? First of all, I really like that word in that sense. Thank you for asking it that way. I fancy that you're not from America if you asked it that way, and I bet I'm right. But I would say Ben Affleck is the one that pops in my head first of all. Crush on him before he dated Jennifer Lopez, so it's kind of been a long-standing thing. I like them tall, dark, and handsome, which is, who doesn't? But I like dark hair usually is what I'm drawn to. Dream from last night. So interestingly enough, I dream a lot, and I'm usually not wonderful at remembering it, but I dreamed that I was with my brother-in-law, and he left his car unlocked with his gun on the front windowsill, and so he couldn't go get it, so I went to go, lock the car door so no one could steal his gun, and this little man stole the gun. So I ripped it out of his hands, and then he tried to shoot me with it. So it wasn't a very happy dream. What's my favorite film? Pride and Prejudice. Keira Knightley version is my favorite. I also really like Sandlot. Those are neck and neck. I know those aren't very similar films, but I quote Sandlot daily. So every night that Michael and I are having dinner, he'll say, this is good, and I'll reply with, it's kind of messy, but it's good, which is from Sandlot when they are eating the s'mores. How often do you wash your hair? So that's an interesting question. I shower every day, but I don't wash my hair every day. I would say 2 to 3 times a week, which sounds low. It's probably more like 3 times a week, but my hair is really dry and it just doesn't need to be washed as often. So I'm super low maintenance about my hair. Like, I just don't care. So this right here, what we're looking at today, is me getting out of the shower, and I towel dry it, and then I put Garnier Fructis leave-in conditioner on it, and then that's it. Which times I blow dry it. It's true. Have you ever tried roasted parsnips? No, I haven't, but I will if they're good. How many pairs of earrings do you own? I would have to count, but it's a lot. I really do like earrings. And funny fact, I don't wear stud earrings ever. I really don't wear stud earrings because they make my face look fat. I have a kind of round face, if you can't notice, and they make my face look fat, so I don't like them, and I don't wear them. What do you think would be different in your life if you hadn't met Michael when you did? I think that I would be wild, which not in a bad way, because I'm not very wild. I mean, I would just probably make out with a lot of boys. Sorry, Mom. I don't think I would go to travel as much. Even though my family travels a lot and I've gotten to travel with them, I don't think that I would just go as often as I do. What's your favorite country you visited and why? That's so hard. I'm going to go with France. Where would you like to travel to next? Australia is really high up on my list. It's just, first and foremost, I just love Aussies. That's where I'd like to go. Sweet or savory snacks? This is also a good question. I have a big sweet tooth, but I like savory snacks because I tend to like to drink Diet Cokes when I'm snacking. Would you like to assign someone to butter your muffin? That's from Mean Girls, and of course I would. What are your hidden talents? I'm a pretty good cook. Michael will attest to that. I didn't used to be such a good cook, but I'm a fairly good cook. Uh, if you could trade places with one celebrity, who would it be? I would trade places with Kate Hudson. I just love her, and I think she's really. I just love her, and I think she's really cool and down to earth and kind of like hippy dippy, which I'm not. And I also think she's really laid back, which I'm also not. So I could use some of that for me. So I'd like to trade places with her. Kale or spinach? Spinach all the way. I like kale. I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm more of a spinach person. Favorite taco toppings? These are deep, guys. I don't know how I feel about answering all of them. Cheese. Hello. And then, because he's such a big deal. What DJ was your favorite to interview? Which DJ would you love to interview? Well, to be honest, I haven't interviewed a whole lot. I've gotten to kind of talk with some. I got to kind of talk to Steve Aoki, so we'll say Steve Aoki. And then, which DJ would you love to interview? Avicii, because that's my favorite in the world. If you had to narrow it down, what are top 5 must-dos in Dallas? I'm going to just say, you gotta eat Mexican food, so go to enchiladas. You gotta go to, that's the name of a place, by the way. You gotta go shopping, go to North Park, walk around Clydeborn Park, go to the Perot Museum, and go to White Rock Lake. Those are my things to do. Can you do a 3-leaf clover with your tongue? I cannot believe this is a question. Yes, I can. So, who's impressed now? Who's your all-time favorite DJ? Avicii. Who's your blogging idol? Oh, this is so hard. Idol goes, like, I want to be when I grow up. I don't really have one, which I should. But maybe, like, Cup of Joe. Would you rather have fingernails so long that you couldn't type well and poke your dogs in the eyeballs when you try to pet them, or toenails so long that you could only wear flip-flops and have nasty toenails for the rest of your life? I guess toenails, because I have to pet the dogs. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? I think Michael and I talked about living in Amsterdam for a long time. So I'll say Amsterdam. What is your favorite social media venue? Instagram. What is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is so easy to ask me. It's when people don't ask questions. Like if I'm in a group conversation, I'm just getting to know you or meet you, and you don't ask me one single question about myself. Like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not important. Will you dance for us in the video, please? I will do the wave, but I'm not going to stand up and dance right now because... What is your favorite Disney cartoon movie? Cinderella. I was Cinderella in 7th grade, and I've never gotten over it. How many hours a week do you spend on blogging? And what do you think is most productive practices for blogging? I spend a lot of time on blogging, to be honest with you, because I just really love it, and it's become a big hobby for me. So, like at night after I'm done working, I'll check the blog. If I'm on my lunch break, I'll try to do. I spend a lot of time, and it used to be hard, kind of balancing it all, but now it's such a big hobby and passion of mine that I don't feel like it is. Productive practices for blogging. I would say when you have free time to use it towards your blog. I really like scheduling things, so I use Hootsuite every single day. Anytime I'm tweeting something out, it's like about my post. It's probably not me personally tweeting it. I wrote the post, but I schedule everything in advance, and it really makes things really, really easy. If you had to move out of Texas, where would you want to live? So that's kind of similar to the other question, but I guess I'll say in the United States, I would either live in Louisiana, since my family's from there, or I would live in Destin, Florida area. What are you afraid of losing, not including people or animals? My ring, probably, just because this doesn't, this ring has been in my family for a really long time, 90 years, and so it's it is a family heirloom, and I would be in big trouble if I lost the ring. If you were stuck in a room for a week and only had the option of watching Star Wars or Star Trek, which would you pick? I'm going to go with Star Trek. Can I convince you to come attend the Ottawa Blues Festival? Yes. Yeah. What is the first thing you do in the morning? You guys, I've turned a new leaf in my life. I really have. I wash my face now, which I used to not do that. So it's kind of a big deal for me that I do that now. Is your hair naturally that blonde? No. My hair is naturally this color, which I don't dye like half of it, but I get highlights on top. And then it's this color, which is that color, which I still say is dirty blonde, but I'll let you decide what color that is. What is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? So, I wrote a post about this once, and I'll link to it. When I was in 8th grade at the church, I was in this play, and we were singing, and I sang the lyric out of tune when it was dead silent, and it was for the priest, and it was this big annual, like, huge thing, and it was really, really embarrassing, and I wanted to die. I'll link to the story, and you can read about it. What would your Patronus be if you were in Harry Potter? Okay, here's a fun fact. I don't really watch Harry Potter. What fruit are you? Probably a pear. I got a pear shape, I'd say. Maybe like a apple, I don't know. If you were forced to pick a Taylor Swift song to describe your life, what would it be? I'm not going to pick a Taylor Swift song. Sorry. I'm going to pick a Britney Spears song because she's more relevant in my life. And I'm going to pick Oops, I Did It Again. You can say I'm living in the past, but whatever. What's your favorite random fact? My friends joke that I'm from Louisiana and I didn't move here until I was 7, which is not true. I've born and raised in Dallas, but they like to pretend that even though we were in grade school together. So that's kind of a fun fact. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you that's blog related? I think almost everything that I do on my blog is embarrassing, but I think probably the most embarrassing thing is when I posted a picture of myself crying like an idiot and someone used it as a meme, which, don't post dumb pictures of yourself, but I'll never learn my lesson because I'm stupid. What's my favorite song to dance to? Okay, this is really hard, but I'm going to go with any, like, Beyonce song. Okay, particularly, I really like Freakum Dress. It's a great song. Crazy in Love, another great song. And just right now, favorite song to dance to is probably Galantis, You and I. Schedule certain amounts of time for blogging. Do you have any cool scars? Sorry, I thought those were 2 for, but, yes, okay, I have multiple. Do I schedule time for blogging? No. I know I probably should be better about that, but I kind of do it at night or do it really early in the morning before I work. That's typically when I do it, but I don't really schedule it. Do I have any cool scars? Yes. Okay. Number 1. You can't really see it, but do you see how my neck is like kind of weird right here? Well, it is. When I was a baby, I had a scar. I have a line on my neck because I had like a growth, and they were worried that if they didn't cut it correctly, that I was gonna have, you know, the face problem, or the smile. And then if I have one on my eye. You can't see it. Whatever. I have one in my eye when I was bit by my parents' dog, my dog, I guess, when I was like 3. What is your greatest regret, if there is one? Ooh, that is serious. Greatest regret that I haven't traveled more. Like when I was a kid, I could have traveled more, and I didn't because I was like, oh, I want to go home and be with my friends, and I could have traveled more. What is your greatest regret, if there is one? Probably that I have that, probably that Millie just popped up on the screen. Probably that I didn't travel more when I was a little kid, because, you know, I really just wanted to hang out with my friends, and that's silly. So, probably that. What is my most prized possession? It's my puppies, but if we're talking about physical objects, I have a stuffed animal that I've had since I was a little kid named Rara, and that is my most prized possession, and my diaries, because they're full of awesome secrets. Do you juggle your social life, work, and still find the time to vlog regularly? It's a good question. Really good question. It's the one we're ending on, so that's kind of cool. I think when you really, really care about something, you kind of find the time to do it. So for me, it's just about making that time, and I really care about it, so I want to do it all. So like I said, when I have free time, I do it. Thank you all for watching this vlog, and I really appreciate it. I hope this was kind of fun. Hope not just like 2 people, myself and my mom, watch it, but thank you all for all the questions and putting up with this video for how long it was. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you later.